Would raise. Looks like he's going to raise Barry back.
Vahidi raises it up to 7,500 here.
Like 5,000.
Now remember, Barry's got the lead in this match, and he's got a real quality hand. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes all in here.
All in.
All in indeed.
I'll call.
And Amir was not expecting this.
I wanted to get a little bit more TV exposure out of this, but you pushed me into this. I ain't gonna sit down and take it from you.
Amir called instantly. He did not think Barry had that strong of a hand. He was putting Barry on a small pair, like 8s, 7s.
There are 3 jacks out there.
Somewhere in that neighborhood. He realizes he's in very bad shape.
What do they say? I'd much rather give bad beat than I'd receive the bad beat. It's much better position to be in.
Very aware of his own fate here, too.
Hey.
He's going to need a jack.
Flop comes King, Trey, King.
A lot of splits available.
Well, on this street, the only split would be a 3. That would be a split. Amir could take the lead with a jack.
Turns a 6 of spades, and now there are more splits.
Right, Amir can split now with a 3 or a 6, and he could still win this hand with a jack.
Anything else, and Amir Vahidi is eliminated. 3 of hearts and a split for Amir Vahidi. Wow.
Sorry, Bobby. It could be worse.
Yeah, it could have been worse. He should have been packing up to go home, and Barry Greenstein knows it.
Nice catch.
Finally, it's the other way around. I'm getting lucky.
Amir Vahidi ain't going anywhere.
He's celebrating like they're allowing cigar smoke back in poker rooms.
Welcome back. For those of you out there who may feel like you need a translator to understand poker lingo, in this edition of Heads Up, our poker dictionary.
Heads up. I had an open-ended straight, a flush draw, and a pair. For those out there that don't get what that means, that's like the World's Fair.
I was ready to call him all the way down.
A lot of people call Chip Reese the best side action player in the world.
I moved it in and shut him down.
Once you get short, you pick up an ace or pick up any pair.
Heads up.
One time I was short stacked with syrup on the side. I knocked over my half cap with an open-ended mocha. Everybody left the table. I went all in.
Amir Vahidi is the short stack here, down to 58,000 in chips to Greenstein's 102,000 as he lost a couple of hands while we were away. King-Queen for Vahidi here. He raises to 4,900. And suited King-10 for Greenstein.
Barry's going to call here.
One more hand.
Meanwhile, it looks like there's a healthy pot going between Amir Vahidi and Barry Greenstein.
And the flop comes 10-5 queen.
Amir has flopped top pair, a pair of queens. Barry has a pair of 10s. Barry checks. Something big could happen in this hand.
Flop is queen 5, 10.
Vahidi bets 7,000.
Barry checked over to Amir and bet out 7,000.
Barry's got the pair of 10s. He's also got a backdoor flush possibility. He just called.
And the turn's an ace of spades.
Both players quickly checked.
Into the river, 10 of spades.
Barry makes 3 10s. And he checks. And Amir's going to bite.
7,000.
He bets 7,000.
And Barry's going to raise. I really don't know why Amir bet here. All he has is a pair of queens. His king doesn't even play. He's got queens and 10s with an ace kicker, and he bet.
I raised 20.
20 more.
Up to 27,000 now, back to Vahidi.
Greenstein has raised it 20,000 more.
And there is nothing that Amir can beat.
I must have really hit you right in the middle of it, huh? 10 of spade, huh?
There's a possible straight out there. There's a possible flush out there. Possible 3 tens, even an ace beats Amir. I really don't know why Amir bet. Barry got lucky to make the third 10. His check shouldn't have worked. Amir should have just checked along.
So Vahidi realizes he fell for the check raise and is sickened by it. Greenstein takes down the pot. We take you back over to Huck Seed and Scott Fishman. Blinds at 2 and 4,000, and Huck Seed with a slight chip advantage. Queen 9 offsuit for Seed, and he calls. Fishman with 8 high, and he checks. The flop comes 7 ace 6.
Scott Fishman actually can make a straight with a 5. He's checked. And Huck's going to try and pick up the pot right here. Bets 4,000. And of course, with an inside straight draw and a possibility of bluffing somewhere down the line, Scott calls.
Turns at 3 of diamonds.
Scott did not get the 5 he was looking for, but it is not going to stop him from betting. $7,000, and Huck quickly releases, throws his hand away. Scott read Huck very well on that hand.
Scott Fishman's been taking chances in this match, and this time it worked.
He had a feeling a bet would work there, and it sure did.
Huck Seed's girlfriend, Danielle.
I was thinking of getting those staples on. How do you think I'd look?
I think you should do it. Suited 8-4 for Fishman.
Where do you get them, at the Staples Center?
They're actually called studs.
Maybe she got them from her dad's tuxedo shirt.
Trade deuce for Seed, who checks, and the flop comes 10 deuce ace.
Huck makes a pair of deuces and bets.
That's 4,000.
And Scott calls with 8 high. He's just trying to set up a bluff on the next street.
Turns a queen of hearts.
Huck checks. And here he goes.
The guts of a cat burglar. Fishman bets 6,000.
Huck throws his hand away. Scott Fishman plays poker like he's playing chess. He's thinking about his moves in advance. That's the second hand he's just taken away from Huck.
Scott Fishman playing big at Caesars today. Back at Caesars Palace, Las Vegas, home of champions and the site of the 2006 National Heads-Up Poker Championship. This single elimination heads-up action, Amir Vahidi versus Barry Greenstein.
Barry has a big lead here in this match. And look at this, he's picked up a pair of queens.
He raises to 4,800, and Vahidi with a pair of sevens.
All in.
I call.
Immediately, Amir Vahidi went all in with his pair of sevens. He didn't have much choice. He only has 40,100. He has a pair. He wanted to get in a race with Barry, but this is not the kind of race he wanted. Amir, as you see, is a 4-1 underdog to stay in this tournament.
Flop is 6, ace, 10.
No help for Amir Vahidi. He's going to need a 7 or 2 running cards to a straight.
No. Yeah.
Turns a king of hearts.
Amir Vahidi's down to 2 outs. 2 7, 7 of spades, 7 of diamonds. He needs one of them or